Hi, I'm Kevin Krinn. This is my DeLorean, VIN 909. I've been working for the past 5 years on a digital dash system. The system runs on a Windows 10 computer, integrated into the car. I wrote the dash software myself, and I interface with the car using several Arduino microcontrollers. The software I wrote allows me to change different dashboard types and control the car via the touchscreen in the center console. Stay tuned for more videos detailing the development of my system over the past few years, with a live QA app. Hi everybody, I was here last year. I developed a digital dash system. I'm not going to go into a lot of technical stuff because I did that last year, so I'm just kind of doing a recap of where I've come since last year. So, this is where the car started out. We've been building it 10 consulate since we built the car from scratch. You can see there's where it started out with, just an empty frame. And just slowly started putting it together over the course of about a year and a half. And this is where it was at DCS pretty much. It was the computer in the car, the dashboard, the monitors, and nothing else did anything. It was just nothing connected, nothing worked. I didn't have any control over anything. It was just a demo. And that's about where it was when I came here last year. And I showed you a little bit about how it works. So this is where I am now. So this is running in the car. It's running off the battery of the car using power supplies. Digital dash, center touch screen. I'll go into this part here too in a little bit, but this was just a couple weeks ago. So, software rewrite. I taught myself how to program to do this. I knew nothing about programming before I started. So, as you could imagine, the code was really bad. I put this button up here for a reason, because every time I had a button on the screen, I had the entire code for the button on the screen, every time. So in order to, with this processing program, you write it once and call back to it. I didn't know how to do that, so I saved a lot of space on my program. I had things that were like 3 or 4 pages long that I compressed down into a couple lines, just because I didn't know what I was doing. So with my software, I can now change the colors. Album art on Spotify shows up on the screen and on the dash. I can do the custom colors, and I haven't done a lot of new dashboards. I'm still working on the rewrite. Another thing I did was I rewrote all my warning systems because I had some archaic, horrible code for that. So those are all my icons that I made. So in the future, when I make a new dashboard, I can just put the code for one of those warning icons and it'll work. So whenever that warning comes up, the icon will come up and I can choose the color. I had like 5 different colors and individual images. Now I can just do white and I can just tint it whatever color I want. So that's my software here. I made a new screen bracket because the other one didn't fit right and I wasn't satisfied with it. So I made a new one. So this lights up. I can change that to any color I want. This is a volume knob for the sound on the computer, because it is running on the computer. I have no head unit or anything. And these switches here, I can program to do anything I want. Currently, the blue ones are for the doors, the windows, sorry. The green one is for the lights. The red one is for hazards. This is actually yellow, it'll be for the defrost, and the white one is for interior lighting. And those are just toggle up and down switches, momentarily switches. So here's my early progress of working on the car. I used these screens we got from China, and you saw them at the show here. It took a long time to find these screens because they're not very easy to find. They're long and skinny, and they're actually used in subway cars to show your stops along a route. I needed a screen that would fit inside the binnacle. So after a lot of searching, I finally found these screens and started off on this. This up here at the top will show this bracket that I had made. This will hold the screen inside the center console. The way I designed it is I didn't want any visible screws on the outside, so I had to do a lot of engineering to figure out how to hold the screen. So it just kind of holds it all self together. I used to have a screen right above those letters, and I ended up taking that out because I didn't like how it worked. I'll have a picture of the new bracket that I made. Here's some early progress of inside the car. That's the actual new bracket. The picture on the left is my HVAC control unit, which has vacuum solenoids in it. So that's how I end up changing the modes, is I switch these vacuum solenoids and route the vacuum to whichever door needs to open or close. It also controls the fan. I don't have temperature control yet, but I don't have air conditioning right now anyway, so it doesn't matter. Here's just a couple more pictures, and then I'll play the video. And you can see this is the album art. I use Spotify for all my music. So as long as something's playing on Spotify, it will show up on the screen. When you go into the menu, it will disappear. You'll see it. And over here, the album art is on. You can turn it on and off, but it's on while you're in the car. So this is system startup. This happens every time you start it up. It'll show the Irish flag in colors, and then it'll go all blue. And you can see Genesis playing on Spotify, because that's an awesome album. This is what you guys have seen before, but this is in the car. This is the album art scrolling on there. And this is the prototype dash. Still unfinished, but it is working for the most part. So this is what happens to turn the lights on. This is a feature I added in case somebody's coming up behind me fast. I can hold up on that middle switch for the hazards, and it will flash really fast. So I get somebody's attention who's coming up on me. It's just a feature that I've always think works really well to get people's attention. So this is going to show what's happening on the screen.
Yeah, I'm sure the police will be real happy with that.
Yeah, for parades. But everything that happens on the car will happen on the screen. So here's my Outrun video. Here's the video of these lazy Susans I put underneath the wheels. So when you get in the car and move the wheels, you don't feel any of that resistance. It also doesn't tear up the wheels. It makes for a really satisfying experience because there's just enough resistance for it to feel realistic, but not be too hard to turn. So every time I set this up, I have little ramps I put the car up on, and move them onto these turnstiles, and then you can turn the wheel and play the game.
This is the gear that's running inside the steering column. So as it moves, it turns that back and forth. Here's a video of how the pedals work. So you can see up there at the top, you can see the slide going up and down as I move the pedal up and down. That's how it detects the pedal positions. It's loose and moves around for this back that I don't want it to bind up and restrict any kind of movement. So this is some first testing of it, running at home before the event.
Oh.